ladies and gentlemen, we're back with some D&D. Who remembers what happened last time?
Last time we started off, Syrian was being traumatized by some dogs, and we found a corpse with an obsidian spike inside of it. We went back and we spoke to the Elthryn again. We went back to the Sedimere farm. We asked the mother if she would return and help us talk to the Elthryn. I had a conversation with Ash in which things were said, and we found some elves in the tavern, so we're trying to investigate what those were up to.
So, what are you doing? The morning occurs. Tahana, knowing that you have to take care of that she has to send someone to take care of the kids, will spend the first part of the day finding someone to do that. Sedimere, he is going to start his daily work, as is required to feed his family. What is the party doing? Because I know the party had plans.
If Sedimere and his wife are outside of the farmhouse, is there any way we could just take a look around?
I mean, if you want to take a look around, you absolutely could. What are you looking for in particular?
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm a bit suspicious of the situation here. So I want to find out if there's anything that was being used to, against the children. Is there any anti-elf stuff? I'm just looking for suspicious stuff. Shall I roll for perception?
Roll me an investigation check that's more appropriate for that kind of thing, because you're trying to, my understanding is you try and look around stuff, pick stuff up, look at stuff. That's generally an investigation roll.
Yeah.
A 19 on an investigation check.
No modifiers.
You feel fairly satisfied that the property itself is well kept, and in terms of, anything that would be anti-elf propaganda or graffiti or something, it's clearly old and, various parts are decaying as farmhouses tend to go, but it's otherwise in good condition. It's otherwise in lacking racist resentment.
No resentment here. That's a good thing. I think part of our plan was to get Tahana to the Elthryn today.
Yeah.
Don't know if we specified when exactly we'll do that. If it was first things in the morning or...
So she, late morning.
Yeah.
She has to get the kids out and going, she can come out with us. So, which is probably for the best anyway. So we should probably find something to do that probably, I don't know if we need to go talk to someone. I'm pretty sure.
Eliza of Church might be somebody that we could talk to.
Don't you need to go talk to the woman and tell her that we job, basically? We're pretty sure we did what we were hired to do here.
Yeah. Well, we did what we were hired to do, I think. I don't feel like we've gotten to the bottom of this case, so it might be an idea just to tell her we've done this, in case something happens.
So, okay, I believe the working plan last time was there was some thought of telling her and then spying on the cave where we found the dagger.
Yeah, finding out what's going to happen with those elves.
To see if anyone wants to put that curse back in place.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember as far as a potential idea for how to solve this mystery that is relevant to this particular area. I think searching for whoever wielded the dagger, we have a lead on that we can try and follow, but that's definitely going to take us away from town. Pretty confident. Right? Those elves didn't seem like they were hanging out.
Yeah, I think they had something to do with it.
Well, I think they were chasing the guy who did. I think maybe we're kind of on the same side as those guys, but they would rather just get to this person first and have us never know or understand.
I hadn't even considered that I could be on the same side as an elf.
Same side is a strong word.
I mean, obviously, some elves are good, okay? I'm not saying that they're all... They're not...
I'm listening.
Ash is one of the good ones.
Aww. Well, there's no return from that. Damn it. Goddamn. One other thing I want to throw in, maybe. I don't quite remember. Did we ask about Jasen in the tavern?
Yes. We couldn't find him. That's where we thought he would be, and we couldn't find him.
Yeah.
So you went to the tavern, but you couldn't find Jasen.
Yeah, but
we kind of decided that we were worried, but also we weren't.
Yeah, we are not, but maybe that's a piece of the puzzle at this point, maybe.
We'll either find his body or we'll find him back at the main group.
Or maybe that's just how they roll. They drop us off and then they leave, and we have to take care of ourselves because we didn't report the next day or something. I don't know how they usually do things. I'm new here.
I don't know. For all I know, he could be drunk and lying in the middle of a street somewhere.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you do know that based on a little bit of information you have, you are expected to be very independent.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I'm not worried at all. We're fine without him.
I think it would be a good idea if we were to get Eli to speak to Eliza, because I kind of made a mess of things last time I spoke to Eliza.
I think it's yeah.
She was a little bit hostile when she was like, "Are you sure you're worshipping the right gods?"
Okay. Sure. So we'll send me, an atheist, to talk to her. Good idea.
I mean, you have a very trusting face.
It's
People
true.
talk to you. Hey, cat.
Look, the old ladies in town are into me. I get it. I have a type.
Yeah.
As a Volkist, I just don't understand atheism.
It's understandable.
They're everywhere. You trip over a god half the time.
Exactly, right? Although I imagine that atheism in the D&D world is more like the dwarves, because the dwarves are traditionally atheist.
They're real. I just refuse to worship them.
They're just,
Right.
like, they exist, they're just not for me, kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
they're not for me. Oh, God has a plan. Go fuck yourself. That's kind of
Yeah.
where Eli's at on the whole. Like,
Yeah, I respect that. It's a good place to be. But okay.
How convenient.
so yeah, I can go talk to her if that is what
Yeah. Please tell me you can't hear my parents arguing outside.
I cannot.
We cannot.
Good. Yeah, they're doing DIY and my dad's shouting, please handle my wood better.
Oh, it runs in the family.
It makes so much sense now.
It's all so clear, yeah.
It's just a family of people who just say the most unhinged shit 24/7.
This is why I'm like what I am.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not your fault, Summer. It's 100% not your fault. Blame your parents. They made you this way. Okay, so this is the only location that I haven't created a nice fancy background for. Thanks. Cool. Good.
That's okay.
Good. So you guys are
it's
gonna.
Eliza? Because that's a lot like Elijah, and I just want to make sure that
Yes,
I have that right before I make
it's with
that
a Z
joke. Okay.
because
Yeah, she's the old lady.
I made that name up before I got character names,
No, I mean, look,
and
that's fine.
and then I realized that I'm having to really carefully enunciate like Eliza versus Elijah. It's an issue. Okay, so as you travel into town, you will find outside the church, apparently waiting for you, is Instructor Jasen.
Oh.
He'll
Jasen.
nod at you and say, "Job done then."
I'm sure there's like a salute or something that I have to do. I'll do.
I mean, the casual interaction, like you're not in a
okay.
military environment, like
He's
just
my direct
fine.
superior. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Anyway.
respectful nod is warranted, but not necessarily
Okay.
a salute in this location.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you finished the mission then?
On my way to talk to Eliza now.
He'll nod, gently direct you in, and then follow you as you go in.
Of course, he would come with me.
Okay, so you walk in, and he will follow you like politely as best as he can in his relatively heavy armor, which interestingly you note is really clean looking.
Cleaner than before.
Yeah, it's as though at some point it has been cleaned carefully.
Like maybe that's what he's been doing.
Polishing his armor.
Yeah. Do I get that the vibe that he did that, or
He has definitely had the armor cleaned to a high grade at some point. Whether he did it himself, questions can be asked. But nonetheless, the priestess Eliza is there before you, and as you walk in, she'll nod to both of you and be like, "Eli, Jasen, how are you?"
good morning, ma'am? I'm doing well this morning. I hope you're doing well, and hopefully I can improve your day.
I can only hope you bear good news.
We've solved your problem to the best of our knowledge and ability. We think it's solved.
She will look at you with a slight shock and excited expression, and then ask, "Please, the details."
We discovered some goblins that had been cursed, and we lifted the curse, and we believe that will resolve your issues with the goblins. You should go back to your normal sort of status quo with them.
She'll furrow her brow very intensely and then say, "Cursed? In what way were they cursed? What was the manifestation of it? I mean, obviously, they were behaving in an aggressive manner, but why?"
That's most of it. They were behaving in an aggressive manner. As to why someone would have placed that curse, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll find out. Maybe it'll be one of life's mysteries for me. Maybe I'll go to my grave never knowing. But at least for now, goblins are behaving normally.
She will seem intensely curious about the idea of a curse and be like, "Please, what was the what was the methodology? How was the curse interred? I should make notes of this in case something like this occurs in the future. She will pull out, go to a table and take out a book and start making notes.
I only know so much, because this is not something I'm versed in, but there was a ritual performed, and it seems like a sacrifice made of one of the goblins, and there was a special weapon that was used. I don't have it on me. It's not really the kind of thing that we give out to people when we find cursed weaponry. So
I understand. Could you provide a description? So for my notes.
all I can tell you, again, this is not my forte. I build walls, not swords, but it was a elvish dagger. That's what I've got for you. I wish I could give you more.
She will note that down and say, it's very curious it was an elvish weapon.
I'm not sure that it matters. I'm not sure that anything about the weapon itself mattered, and I think the wielder is what mattered.
Understandably so. I think it might be best to keep the fact that it was an elvish weapon to yourself, though. I wouldn't want rumors to be spread around.
Thanks, I'll take that advice. People seem pretty angry around here. Maybe that's not right. People seem very tribal these days.
A lot of people died when the elves made that bid for the halfling lands in the north. There's an emotional resonance to it.
Certainly not saying you're wrong, just saying you're right that we don't need to see anyone else harmed for it.
But, thank you. She'll gently nod to Jason and then say, well, as you can hear, they've satisfied the requirements, it seems. And he will say, indeed. Seems like there's not much left here for us. And he'll look at Eli fairly satisfied, and then hand a document to Eliza to sign. Presumably agreement and acceptance that the request had been completed to a satisfactory level, which she does so. And then, unless you have other stuff that you wish to pursue with Eliza the priestess, we'll start to walk outside with the expectation, potentially, that you'll follow. Not necessarily an authoritative expectation, but a kind of I'm heading outside now. You can follow, or I can wait for you to be done here kind of attitude.
Yeah, I would only want to do pleasantries.
Okay.
Yeah. Try and stay on good terms and then get out and then explain to you, hey, we're camped out over on this side of town, and I think we should continue that conversation inside, private, back with the rest.
He nods and agrees, and then says, I'd recommend that we go to, see that house? And he gestures to a house kind of a little bit far away, and he describes it with its roof and such. Says, meet me there with the rest of them, and we'll have a nice big conversation about this.
Okay. I'll walk. I guess we're splitting up.
Well, I presumably you need to go get the rest of the group.
Right. Instead of me taking him to the group, he wants me to meet him there with the group. Yeah. I can do that. I'm still going to have, once we've sort of parted ways, I'm definitely going to ask the bird to go follow him.
Okay.
Not just sit on top of a roof and, sit in town. Do normal things.
Got it. Yeah, understood.
And then I'll hike out and get them and we'll walk back. But, I'm always suspicious of everyone. So.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine.
I don't know what you mean. The priestess didn't act suspicious at all. And this was not suspicious at all as well. Nothing going on here.
Don't worry about it.
But okay, so you're now free to act, as it were. Are you going to get the rest of the group, or?
Yes. I'm just going to walk straight to the rest of the group.
Okay, it's like a 10-minute walk out there, and you're back with the rest of the group.
Things went pretty well with Eliza. She seemed happy. I met Jason there, actually, and he sort of did the official paperwork with her. I told him we'd meet back up with him to discuss our next plans. Basically, if he wants us to pursue the leads we have, or if he wants us to just come home.
I would personally like to finish our investigation here, because I feel like I'm not trying to say anything funny, but those elves might be on a business trip, and we kind of want to make sure we got the job done. We want that boy to return home to his family.
I agree.
I can hear somebody's doge.
Yeah.
I'm rang the doorbell, and it's now looking at me through the window. We have made eye contact, and I have told him to leave.
Beautiful human interaction.
Fantastic.
The dog barking in the background, it's me.
I love that we have bark emotes. It's good.
Mini bark.
It's good.
You would bark.
But okay. So you've informed the party of the information. So what was the solidified plan? Svetlana wanted to continue on with the investigation, obviously, but
Yeah, I do think it's a good idea to speak to Jason first and let him know where we are at, and then probably come back and bring Tihana to the Elthryn.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sounds like a good plan. Let's do that. I'm surprised that Jason is doing fine, but
We
hey.
could do it the other order if we wanted.
Yeah, I kind of thought that Jason might have been killed by those elves, if I'm honest.
If you guys want to go to the Elthryn before we talk to Jason, it might be better to do something and then ask for forgiveness rather than go ask Jason if it's cool if we do this, risk him saying no.
that is the choice. He could say no and march you all the way back home. That is an option for him.
So if you guys want to, we could try and pursue that in an
No, I agree with that. We'll just tell him what we've done afterwards. I don't want to
Alright.
leave this in the situation that it is.
Right.
So Tihana is around and about. She has managed to find childcare.
So let's take Tihana to the Elthryn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go meet her since it was me the first time.
All right, you.
Okay. So as you kind of approach Tihana, she seems clearly nervous, which makes sense. She is a peasant farmer who doesn't, interact with fey creatures and has been told the vast majority of her life, do not interact with fey creatures. They're bad. In much the same way that most people are told drugs are bad.
Alright.
Break the ice, since I did yesterday. Thanks for coming with us. I know this is hard, but we have Svetlana with us, so
Yes.
everything will be fine. Try and give her a good, warm smile.
Yeah, we need to find something to give the Elthryn.
She'll inquire, what do you mean something to do with the Elthryn? Like what?
So, in order to engage contact with an Elthryn, you kind of need to give them a little gift, in order to kind of get them nice.
She'll look at you and think for a moment and then say, there's a honey cake. There's a leftover honey cake I could give.
That's perfect. Something that you made,
She'll nod.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, she will go and gather a honey cake and wrap it in parchment.
I wonder what the Elthryn's opinion would be of Zoltar.
Zlata, the honey keeper?
Yes.
I
Your
can't wait.
intuitive perception is that they're probably neutral or better.
Yeah.
If you wanted specifics, you might have to roll some knowledge skills, but just baseline intuitive thing says they're probably at least neutral.
Yeah, that would make sense. Right. I'm just thinking about giving a honey cake inside a sort of like honey dominion to an Elthryn. But yeah, if that's okay, that's fine. All right, we'll take her to the Elthryn then.
You head off to the north end of the farm, and
Spooky Elthryn scene. Yes.
Ooh.
it's quite good, isn't it? I'm glad I managed to get this much use out of it.
We're your teammates. I like to alley-oop. I like to, get you back to your strengths.
You are at the north end of farm, which probably isn't quite as foggy as it was at the night, but YOLO. Deal with it. This area has nonetheless an ominous feel to it regardless. You approach this fairy circle, and I assume you instruct Tahana not to step inside it, because that would be kind of rude. And Tahana kind of, is looking at Eli, and then asks, so, what do I do?
So, place your offering in the middle of the circle, step back out with us, and from there, be honest, don't be aggressive, and do whatever me and Svetlana say, and everyone will be safe. Okay?
She'll nod, but she's still clearly incredibly nervous. She places the
Of course.
honey cake. She is almost imperceptibly shaking as she places it in the circle, because she knows the fey creatures are terrifying, right? They've known to do some horrible things, and she's also going through her head, this is meant to get my child back, but she doesn't want to fuck it up.
I will make a concerted effort to stand close to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her the level of physical support she wants.
She will definitely stand very close to you the entire time, largely because you've got a shield and can hopefully protect her if shit goes wrong.
I'm okay with that.
The Elthryn will appear, and it will look amongst the group, and it will look like it is about to start talking, and then it will see Tihana here, and then it will kind of almost sink away from the party, and then remain silent, kind of looking back and forth at what's going on. Like, it's not upset, but this isn't what it was expecting.
You said that you would return the boy to the mother. This is the mother.
It will twist its head a moment and think through, clearly thinking through its thoughts, and then inquire,
What of the father?
father will be dealt with shortly. We need to see the boy is safe. And with his mother.
Elthryn will twist and think. It's clearly doing a lot of thinking that it's struggling with. It clearly wants to return the child to the mother, but it also clearly has issues with the father.
We will ensure that the boy is safe. We will ensure that the problems are solved.
We are friends to the son and the mother.
It is going to look back and forth amongst the party, and then is going to look at Svetlana and say,
Spill your blood within the circle and swear an oath to the boy's safety.
I will happily do so. I will take out I don't think I've got a regular knife, but I think I've got something at least that I could probably spill my own blood with.
you definitely have something sharp.
I will stop her and do it for her because I don't want to no one get hurt. And I will do it instantly.
I mean, the Elthryn was specifically talking to Svetlana, directly to Svetlana. You doing it on Svetlana's behalf might not work.
Oh, wait, I could get you to do the cutting to make sure that I don't injure myself too badly. To show that we're all in this together.
I don't like the idea of hurting you, but that sounds the safest way to do it. I will.
Okay, so we do that.
Okay, so Sarian carefully, almost, I imagine almost surgically, cuts Svetlana's skin and draws blood forth. Svetlana, I assume that you spill this forth within the circle, and you swear an oath to protect this child.
Yeah.
As the drops of blood spill on the dirt, you notice that they don't spill as you would expect blood to be spilt. They don't simply spill upon the ground and rest upon the surface. They spill upon the ground and then are like immediately, almost like via capillary action, drawn under the earth. And you can feel a bond of magic wrap around the location of your cut. And it seals itself almost immediately. Almost intuitively, you understand that breaking this oath would result in horrifying injury.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I might have been a bit hasty.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
Okay.
I would be horrifically guilty if anything happened to the son after convincing him to give away the son, so I had to do it.
Yeah, I get it.
The Elthryn itself will gradually kind of unbind these tentacles from itself, these vines and roots, and it would almost like expose its central core. And as it does so, you see the form of a child there, a child that has these roots embedded in its body, specifically around its spine and neck. So it almost looks as if it is similar to an umbilical cord in that it is providing something to the body. Slowly, these roots very cautiously unbind themselves from the body, but even as the child is let to gently rest on the ground, disconnected from the Elthryn, you notice that there are still vines and roots embedded down the spine of this child. Tehana has to, upon seeing the child here, Tehana literally grabs onto Eli to restrain herself from simply charging forwards to pick up the child. The Elthryn itself, however, will look expectantly at Svetlana.
Thank you.
You believe that you have effective permission to enter the circle to retrieve the child?
So I will retrieve the child and thank the Elthryn and I promise to ensure the boy's safety. We will get to the bottom of this.
So, collect the child, and you can see very clearly that part of this child's spine and neck have been replaced by what looks like Elthryn body matter.
I don't like the word replaced.
It seems healthy, but it's definitely non-standard. You collect the child and return to the outside of the circle. And it is with this, however, the Elthryn will seemingly immediately retreat, its distributed body not really maintaining a full form. You can sense its presence is still here for certain, but it must have expended some amount of energy to do what it's just done, and it's no longer able to maintain its form. And also, perhaps as far as it's concerned, it's given you an exchange of gifts to account for the end of an interaction.
Okay, I want to tell Tihana about the Elthryn's wish. Probably not in front of the Elthryn, so that we can have...
Let's, walk to... We need somewhere that's not where the husband will be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't want anyone to see him. So, but also don't want to be here. I don't really know if there's a location like that we can walk to.
Yeah, sort of neutral ground.
You would also note that Tihana has just, the moment that the child is in Svetlana's hands, she's back to practically quivering with excitement and needs to physically touch the child.
We should do the bare minimum required to continue with regards to that before we move on.
Yeah, she's in tears, gently whispering, my boy, as you direct her away from this location.
Well, why don't I carry him, because I'm theoretically stronger. Or actually, why don't we have Sarian carry him, and she can walk next to Sarian.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. She will walk right next to Sarian, this 6.5 foot giant of a woman.
That's perfect, because if she carries him princess style, he'll be at head level for mom.
Exactly. As you are walking this little way from here, and Tihana is preening on her son and looking at this spinal vine replacement arrangement, the boy does eventually come around to some amount of alertness to declare that he is tired and promptly goes back to sleep.
I would like to ask the boy what happened, because I don't want him to be returned to the situation that could be bad. So I'm going to directly confront Tihana now, if we're far enough away from the Elthryn, and I will tell Tihana, the Elthryn wanted us to kill your husband. The Elthryn directly blamed your husband for the state that your child was in. If I return this child back home, and your husband brings danger to him, that will end my life as well.
Tihana is going to stop, gasp, and go, but he's never, I mean, my husband, I mean, of course, my husband would smack him when he went to the north end of farm and when he misbehaved, but he's never caused harm to him. She seems absolutely distraught by this revelation.
The situation is strange to me, but I'm also aware of a few other things. Why are you hiding that you're an elf?
She seems genuinely overwhelmed with emotion right now and suddenly shocked. She'll you've basically just told her that her husband needs to die or might be hurting her son, and now you're saying that she's an elf. She's going to respond in just a confused, however, I'm not no, but she's damn near hyperventilating.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go sit down next to her.
I'm gonna give a bit of a nod to Eli, a bit of good cop, bad cop.
Sit down, offer her hand. Obviously, her son is sleeping in front of her or whatever.
Yes, in Sarian's arms, I imagine.
So I'm just physically present, and I think the goal is just to be physically present for her. I don't have anything smart to say.
Okay.
I might just ask if she thinks it would be better to wait for him to wake up before we make any decision.
With you there, she's going to kind of take a moment, kind of gather her thoughts, and eventually come around to the point where she will say, I hid that I'm an elf because there are many people here that would do harm to an elf if they had the chance. I didn't want it to affect my children.
Did your husband know that you're an elf?
Yes, he did.
And the children look human?
They have so far, yes.
I'm curious as to know why your husband lied to you. When we met him before, he told us he saw the goblins kill the child, and that we were not to tell you.
She'll, furrow her eyes and then just start weeping.
I mean, look at the child. The child Khalidi should have been dead, if not for the Elthryn, with those injuries.
Would you like to roll medicine?
Ooh,
I can roll for medicine.
a little better.
Holy!
What a roll.
Classic.
It doesn't take you long to ascertain that this child was clearly struck in the back of the head, probably while fleeing. There is serious damage, or there would have been serious damage to the neck and spinal area after this attack, and you would have expected cessation of life very rapidly after a clearly catastrophic injury in this location. However, this child is in front of you is clearly alive. They can still breathe and they can still move all their limbs, which means that whatever the Elthryn has done has replaced a significant amount of the spinal column of this child. And you've not really seen anything quite like this. Perhaps you've heard stories, but this is some intense power to be delivering in this way. You genuinely think that the Elthryn might have sacrificed some of its lifespan or permanent power in order to be able to do this.
Alright, I'm going to convey that to the rest of the group. It's possible that maybe the father, from his own perspective, was telling the truth. But he did see something happen to the boy. But then why would the Elthryn want the father dead?
Let's check out with what the father was telling us.
Would you like to roll an insight roll?
Oh.
A 9? In this case, I think considering all the information you've had and how many interactions you had, a 9 is actually good enough. The Elthryn clearly cares greatly about this child. They probably communicated on more than one occasion. You don't see a situation where an Elthryn would be willing to expend this much of itself, or any fey creature expend this much of itself without demanding something in return, unless they had a truly affectionate or positive relationship with them. You also realize that the father was the one punishing him every time he went out here to play.
Ah, so the Elthryn has a very misguided understanding of what's been going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's classic Elthryn.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like Sedemi is a bad father after all.
Well,
Well, I mean, he's not perfect.
more
but-
relativism, I guess.
It's not clear that he is good or bad. But
PSA, don't beat your kids.
Yeah.
There's better ways to
Hey, I'm just saying there's a difference between, beating your kids when they, do something wrong versus beating them because they're an elf.
Sure. Yes.
I'm not saying it's good, though. But
I was just, that was like, PSA, not a good, it's never a good reason.
yeah, no, I agree.
But this is better than, a lot of the other possibilities for how this could have gone down. The question then is, if this is what we believe is true, then what we should do is we should bring him home and we should sit down and have an honest conversation with their whole family. Or maybe not the younger kids, that's up to the parents, obviously, but
It would definitely make sense to explain the kid's newfound condition.
you should also figure out in what kind of state.
Yeah, and then I guess third, you need to discuss the new status quo within their family. That boy needs to be able to go play over there. He is going to talk to the Elthryn sometimes. And you can't beat him for it. If this is going to work, this is how it's going to work. And if you can't agree to that, I have to choose between Svetlana and the dad. And I know who I'm choosing.
Yeah, we basically took that.
He's in a situation where, to be honest, he can choose to die or play by our rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'm happy about that, but I will put him there if I have to.
I'm assuming you're having that conversation slightly away from Tihana. Or are you just saying that right next to Tihana?
I mean, yes, probably less I will murder your husband talk in front of her, but
So at the end of the day, we are continuing with my plan.
the rest of it's all there. This is it.
Okay.
You don't have another choice. This is your new status quo, and you can have your son back, or that's it,
He either agrees to our plan, or Syrian gets to make some soup.
Yeah, as I
Fucking
said
hell.
before, we are continuing with my plan. After all, I told you my plan was the best one. Next time you should trust me, okay?
If he says no, then we get to say yes to you.
Perfect. There is dinner today.
All right.
Okay, so Tihana is honestly probably not in the best place for actual communications right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We need to take him home. We need to be safe. And then when all that's over, we need to sit down with them and be like, this is reality you live in now.
Okay,
Yeah.
in that case,
Svetlana has the classic empathy of a 19-year-old.
Tahana will, after a couple minutes, finally kind of gathering herself, clearly in tears, will say, okay, I'll take my son home, and when Sedimir comes in the evening, we should have that conversation.
Okay. Do you want us to come with you, or do you want us to come by later in the evening for bedtime?
Later, please. And she will
Do that.
pick up her son with her big farmer's wife muscles. Because she works on a farm. She's actually she's got those farm muscles.
Yeah.
And will take herself and her boy back home, leaving you in the field to pursue whatever actions you choose.
Well, I actually think we ought to talk to Sedimir about that conversation.
Well, I mean, Sedimir's going to be out and about until the evening unless you guys specifically chase him down.
What do you think?
We could go talk to Jason and just be like, we have a thing we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But otherwise, that's all I was thinking.
That's the way
Like,
to go.
otherwise he's just sitting in that house like all day waiting for us. That's kind of a bad impression.
I don't care about what kind of impression we leave on that Jason. He went off and went drinking. He's clearly got himself polished up. He shot a gun next to my head on our first journey.
Look, he's an idiot, but he's an idiot who determines how much we get paid.
Okay, we'll talk to Jason. Alright.
I gotta say, Svetlana, that was very courageous. I respect that. That was a stupid decision.
Thank you for pointing that out a second time just now so that I really understood how stupid that was that I've just done.
No, it's fine.
Yes.
I respect that. You saved a boy's life. It was stupid, but I don't think it's a bad choice.
There's no way I could have left that boy in that situation.
Exactly, I agree.
I'm just gonna pat Ash on the head.
Oh,
I feel like I've been spoken down to, so I kind of have to try
okay.
and...
I need to know, how big are you?
I am 5'5".
So,
5'5".
a little on the small side.
Yeah, okay, I'm a little smaller than you, 5'4". All right, that works for me.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys will head back to the town proper, Levitz proper, and head to the house that Jason has directed you to.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Okay.
I guess I'll send the bird to find Sedimir then.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. We either have his location or we don't. Who cares? The boring gull. No one will ever know. No one will ever know. This isn't like the town we live in where they're like, I know that fucking bird.
I know that bird. I noticed that.
I know that
specific
fucking bird. That
anywhere.
fucking wizard's out doing his spying again.
He's fucking spying on me again.
That's not the regular bird that shits on that post.
But yeah, so you send your birds to go, I presume, just spy on Sedimir?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know his location, so I guess that's spying, but spying sounds like I'm, like, trying to, like, catch him, like, boffing, like, young boys or something, like...
You are spying on him, though. It is an accurate description of what you're doing.
It is true, I guess.
Like, just because you're not actively trying to catch him doing something evil doesn't mean you're not spying on him.
Yeah, true.
So you make your way back to this building. Your bird heads off to find and track Sedimir. The building itself seems just like every other residential house around here. Perhaps a slightly, probably a little bit more dilapidated than the others. It looks a little bit older, hard-worn. When you knock on the door, Jason will be the one to open it into the... it's a classic, single-room peasant dwelling, in that there's a fire, a kitchen space, and then a sleeping space. It's super common to see these kind of homes in locations like this. They're the most basic of homes. You're invited in. Jason will direct you to some places you can sit, and then he will...
I'm definitely gonna sit.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down as well.
Straightest back chair you have, please.
Straightest back chair. Excellent. It's only got 3.5 legs, so you have to lean slightly. But you enter this locale, you find locations. Jason will find somewhere to sit, and then say, "It looks like you've got something to tell me."
Yeah.
Yeah, Ash, tell him.
Yeah. Yeah, Ash, Sarian, you guys tell him. We always have to. Yeah, you guys never get to talk to all the humans because you're racist against them. But Jason doesn't care. So you guys are in charge now.
You got a good point there. All right, well, Instructor Jason, we had our little investigation going on while we were dealing with the goblin problem, which a goblin problem turned out to be just what I assume Elijah told you. It was a curse, presumably placed by an elf that we might have found in the cave that we cleansed of the goblin infestation.
Yeah.
He was missing his head, but clearly he was staying in that cave for a while. The no head thing is quite concerning, but we haven't found the head, so we can't really draw any conclusions to if that was the elf that we are looking for, or if that is just another body that we found. We have the blade here with us. Maybe we might want to show it to you.
He'll nod.
Let's just show him the... I don't remember how it's called.
I've been calling it the obsidian spike. Do you guys have... Who has the obsidian spike right now?
I have the obsidian spike. I will show it to
Okay.
him.
He'll lean and examine it, and then say, "It looks like the same thing as what those elves were carrying."
Elves.
Yeah, the elves.
The 3 of them?
Yes. The ones you went out with the tavern with.
Yeah, those. Alright. So... They were looking for him.
Pause. Did you see that happen, Jason, or did you hear from the bartender later?
He's gonna look at you and then just smile.
All right.
You didn't think I was just drinking the entire time here, did you?
Oh, I did.
Well, I thought you were at a brothel.
Sorry.
Alright, she
Fucking
thinks...
killed me. Just that instant response of, I did.
Well, they did say he doesn't mind. I took that.
Hey, Svetlana, you know all your friends who are morons, like the way you think Jason is?
Yeah?
They'll be dead before they reach Jason's age.
Ah.
Fellow old man club.
Okay, yeah. I suppose there's a great possibility I'll never reach Jason's age then.
Yeah, me neither.
We're slow, but we're smarter than we let on.
Is Jason human?
He is by all visual accounts.
Ah,
Just like a middle-aged human dude, right?
alright.
I need to write that
Yeah,
down.
he's a middle-aged human dude.
Jason
He's
is
got a fair few battle scars.
That's what I thought.
badass.
Okay.
cool with that. So anyways, I guess you saw me almost getting to a brawl with those elves.
He'll nod.
Well, that's embarrassing. Yeah, let's continue.
Happens to the best of us.
Okay.
Wait, did you say all those other elves had obsidian spikes?
Yep.
One of
Says
them did.
One of them
One
did.
of them did.
So they could literally just go right back and do the whole curse again.
Yeah. Just why we were talking about staking out the place tonight. What I was going to suggest to Jason.
Ah. Alright, I'm gonna sit behind.
If we want to be here, we still want to go have a chat with Sedimir, right? So...
Yeah, I'm gonna sit behind Syrian and just understand my uselessness.
Instructor Jason will interrupt and say, "The elves did leave this morning. I considered having them followed, but I think they'd lose any trail I put them on from here."
Well, we broke the curse last night. I guess the question is whether they'll go back to where we broke the curse or if they'll just do the same thing somewhere else. Should we at least rule out the former?
I think we can probably rule out Farmer, at least while we're here. We cannot make sure that they will never return here. I guess that's not within our power. And not with our pay grade, for sure.
Right, but if they, let's say they left this morning to go right back there, probably find them.
That's a fair point.
Or immediately undo whatever they do. Or they won't because they're not dumb. Or they'll kill us because they're stronger than us. But, you know.
Yeah, that's also possible.
I imagine that you killed all the goblins there. And that means if they wanted to curse another goblin tribe, they'd first have to find a goblin tribe to curse.
I mean, they're still around. We didn't kill every goblin around here. They wouldn't be in that cave.
Most likely.
Okay, forget about it. Let's just worry about Sedimir tonight and then get out of town.
Well, we'll chat with Sedimir first, and then we'll find the elves.
Yeah, so I guess we were working our way up to the whole Sedimir situation. We worked ourselves into a scenario where young Svetlana is her life is tied to keeping this young boy safe from his dad, so we need to have a chat with that guy before we leave, or kill him.
Instructor Jason is gonna blink twice and then go, "What?"
Do you want the long version of the story? Because we'll make her tell it, but...
You can see there's the response of years of training students means that there's that part of him that just wants to demand the long, slow version where he asks questions about every single mistake you've made because he thinks that asking you those questions will get you to the point. But he'll instead ask, I don't think we have time to listen to all of your fuck-ups. So why don't you give me the short version?
Yes. The Elthryn wouldn't return the boy unless I could promise his safety. So I tied my life to his in order to promise his safety. And, I'm gonna go kill his dad if I think that he's not safe. That's short.
He's gonna, cover his mouth, then, face palm a moment. And then look around to the others and say, now let this be a lesson to not make deals with the Fae.
I'm just gonna laugh.
There is no way I could have allowed that situation to continue as it was. I will absolutely never let anybody come to harm underneath my watch that is innocent.
Can I just take Levana as a princess and just fucking run to be able to kill the father and finish this? Because it's taking too much time, and I'm starting to be very, very angry. Because one of my teammates is in fucking danger right now because everyone decided that my plans was bad. And everything is just starting to point at the situation that, we have to kill him.
You're making a lot of sense. Hear me out. Ideally, we still don't want to kill him because he farms that land to feed his kids. And if we can just be like, yo, let your kid be friends with the Elthryn and we're good. And if he's like, okay, fine, that makes sense to me. I understand. I can see my child's life was literally saved by the Elthryn. Okay. He might actually change. This could be a moment for him. He could be a better person after this.
Yes.
But here's the upside, Sarian. If we don't think he's gonna be a better person, go to town on him.
Yeah.
And what about to put him on prison at least, so we can control him and think.
I've got a better idea. Hear me out, Sarian. Just scare him. Just let him know that if your friend drops dead, suddenly one day you'll show up at his house a week later. Just remind him.
Yes, that's the thing.
He doesn't have to live in a real prison. He could just live in a prison that Sarian puts him in from a million miles away.
Okay, a prison of fear. I like that.
If I die due to this curse that I've put myself under, then I would like for you to boil his father's bones.
So I make dinner or I just scare him? I don't understand.
If I die,
right now.
you make dinner.
I mean, I think that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, if I die, you make dinner.
We're scaring him for now.
We'll end up making, this curiosity to try human meat.
I am only if I die. Only over my dead body, okay?
I want
Promise?
to think about it.
Just scare him. Prison of fear. That's the plan right now. Prison of fear. But you get to follow through. It's a real threat. You're not lying. That's why he's so afraid. He knows that it's true. If she dies, you will come kill him.
Elia, I started to like you.
We can be friends, I promise.
And I promise that if I die, you can make soup out of my body.
No.
Too much like a dog.
I will cry and stay in your.
I've not got anywhere to be buried, so
close to your grave, crying for the entire.
It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to me if I could stay with you in some sort of way if I die.
You are not going to die because I'm going to protect you.
Thank you.
And if I have to kill that gigantic green thing, I will do it too.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that.
Important question. Does life cleric soup taste different from farmer soup?
Yes.
It should, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're leading a very different life. That should impact the taste.
I can't imagine what people tastes like, but I would imagine it would be like any kind of animal, that if you feed it different foods and give it a different lifestyle and pour magic through it, that it'll taste differently.
So you're saying this is not a normal experience for you?
I have definitely never eaten people.
Oh, okay. You were talking about so casually. I had to assume that's normal for humans. Okay.
No. Humans don't typically eat other. Do elves eat other elves?
No, not really. I haven't come across any elves that have eaten elves.
I think that is racist.
Is it?
Elves not eating elves?
Yeah, there is cultures that eat other humans.
I've eaten elf before. It's okay.
Huh.
Tastes a little bit fishy.
I'm sorry, what? You've eaten elf before?
Yeah.
She did just say that.
Okay, yeah, no.
Eli goes outside and throws up and stays outside.
Jason is just staring at Svetlana after this statement.
Oh, all right. Yeah, sorry. Was that weird?
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
That explains so much.
I just assumed that it was normal.
See, that's me as well.
No.
I'm assuming things are normal, but
No, it's not.
I'm learning so much.
Okay, let's just scratch it. I never said that. Nobody heard it. You will understand.
I don't
why.
think I'm ever going to be able to scrub that from my memories. Thank you very much.
Well,
And am I the weird one?
have you eaten Elf?
No, that like this is just like everyone thought that I was weird at the beginning, but I think you are the most weird. You
Right,
win this
no.
time. You win this time.
Apparently it's fine to eat people unless we want to help them.
Also, why everyone is so focused on the boy? You know, they are humans. They can have more.
Yeah, I'm going to shrink out of this conversation. I did not
It's not.
realize that I had done something so horrifically wrong there. And I'm going to pretend that nobody heard what I said very much out loud.
Okay.
I definitely didn't write that down. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
How's Jason doing?
Jason is just looking
Hey, so what's up?
back
How
and
are
forth
you?
between you guys.
we have to go talk to Sedimir so that we can put him in a prison of fear, and in order to protect someone who eats elves.
Jason will pipe in and say, now, when you're trying to put someone in a prison of fear, it's important to make sure that they believe it. And to do that, you need at least one additional person talking about it. If it's just one person, the person themselves threatening, doesn't work out. Now, Eli, you've been getting on pretty well with him, right? He's more than these crazy assholes.
I'm getting on pretty well with his wife, if you know what I mean. He's kind of an asshole, but it's okay.
Fucking hell.
So what's the plan?
Well, you can use that. Apply pressure to the wife.
Just a little barracks talk.
She'll apply pressure to him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, you guys head off. I've got some work to do.
Are you going to be polishing your armor a little bit more?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, that is why I asked.
And the implication of me saying that was that I wasn't going to answer.
Okay.
On account of me having to do some secret things. He will actually start taking off his armor, though.
Can I see those muscles?
He does have like some serious old man muscles.
Damn,
And
daddy.
You do think that fucking hell. You do think that potentially the armor has been a ruse this entire time.
Yeah.
Papito.
After all, no one expects the heavily armored night guy to be the one sneaking around.
Sure, of course.
Well, that makes sense. But I'm now suspicious of him.
As fucking well you should be. Anyway, you get sent off to head back to the... I guess there'll be time, right? You've got like a couple hours to kill.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Jason.
Bugger, you get kicked out of the house. And
And now
And-
everyone is barking.
everyone is barking.
Yeah.
Like barking mad? Yeah, absolutely. Half the party was just talking about eating elf or human and it being potentially normal. I guess this is what happens when you have...
We were talking about eating humans and eating elves, and Jason just started to remove his armor, and we are all staring at Jason like, damn.
No, he's
Damn,
kicking you
daddy.
out. He's kicking you out while he starts to get prepared for the rest of the things that he's trying to do.
Sarian definitely trying to look in the window.
I'm staring at him.
God damn.
Do you want to go put this guy in a prison of fear or not?
I mean, he cannot, unless he tried to kill me, it's going to be very hard that, Jason just, kick me out of his home. Like, I'm very big,
Jason is actually strong enough to like one hand shunt you out the door if you don't leave.
Do it.
Okay. He will physically push you out the door, like in half armor, while saying, "Why won't you leave, you strange woman?"
Try to.
He will shut the door after you and also close the window.
Damn, I wish he touched me.
As the door shuts, you'll hear him just like shake his head and go, "Freaks."
Yes, we are, but he's not going to forgive, I know.
Syrian, maybe there's a hole in the door.
Okay, time to work.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, Saren, I need to know. How did his hand feel?
Guess I'm very strong and big, huh?
I like that.
I like that too.
Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry.
I wish
You went through, like,
again.
You went through like 3 sessions of you guys being like, this guy's a fucking loser, drunk, useless fucker. He's probably already dead, waste of space, right?
That was before he got naked in front of us.
He spends 45 minutes talking to you and like, oh, let's fuck and or eat him.
My opinion completely flipped. This is not good.
It still has some, intimacy or something, some privacy, but he decided to remove the armor in front of us when we're just trying to make a plan. It's his fault. He's the freak.
He's got clothes on under the armor. Like, he's not naked under there.
But doesn't matter.
Syrian was literally talking about eating humans, and he started removing his armor.
Yeah,
Okay, but like, he has shit to do. He was trying to politely. You know what? It's my fault. I thought you guys were maybe going to get the hint to get the fuck out, right? Because normally, if someone starts taking their clothes off, it's an indication they either want to sleep with you or they want you to leave. He's clearly indicated that he's not into sleeping with you, or at least I thought he clearly indicated that he wasn't into sleeping with you. Yeah, like Eli was out. Eli understood. He handled it. The rest of you are like, oh, let's see. It's just how big is that codpiece?
I feel like the most freakiest person in the situation.
Do you know when you wear a hoodie and you want to remove the hoodie and you have a t-shirt, and when you
Yes, and the t-shirt comes off with the hoodie. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm expecting for something like that.
I see.
We were hoping, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, y'all are all outside.
How much time do we have?
You've got, honestly, most of a day. It's probably like 10, 11 a.m. right now. You've probably got most of a day before the evening comes, unless you want to go hunt down Sedimir and drag him back home right now, but...
Is it enough time to go check on the cave and get back in time?
I'm very motivated now that I'm full of strength and I'm able to kill someone, or at least, do something. Well,
there's absolutely enough time to head out to the cave and back if you would like.
Yeah, I do agree with what Jason said about the elves probably looking for a different goblin tribe.
We don't really have anything meaningful to do, I think, in the meantime.
Well, in that case, I'll follow you.
Unless somebody else has a bad idea. There was just an idea floating around to check on the cave. I don't think we will find anything. It's just...
Also, I just realized I haven't been harassing you about that dog.
No.
Have you left them tied up at the Sedimir household? Because that seems the reasonable thing to do right now.
Mm.
Given that Sarian didn't remind me about that dog. Already forgotten about Lennox.
wait, is in the farm?
Well, you couldn't have taken him into town. They would have tried to kill someone.
Oh, fuck.
I'm assuming you left them tied up in a pen?
Okay, then to kill the father, let's go.
It's too early to kill the father. You have to maintain that feeling for at least, 7 more hours.
Yeah, I agree with Kron. I agree with Ash. We should check on the cave.
Y'all trying to split up?
Are we splitting up? No,
not really. No.
Oh, we still have daylight to burn? That's going on here?
Yeah, we just have time to burn. It would be just something to do, unless we have something more meaningful than this. Obviously, check on the dog on the way, but other than that...
You probably also want to consider how... Because when you go back to Kavaska Donya, what are you going to do with that dog? You can't just take that dog into
I would suggest maybe we do... Yeah, we can go back there.
Maybe a cage.
You can burn a spell.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe get a cage for the dog.
Mm. Oh. Yeah, okay. I will buy a cage for the dog while we're in town.
Okay, so getting a cage would be fairly straightforward. There's chicken cages and such often made. You'd probably just go to one of those guys and be like, can I get a big one?
Yes. How much gold would that cost me?
Are you putting a rush order on it? Do you want it done today?
All right, so I'm trying to think.
Preferably yesterday.
Yeah, today would be good.
Okay, if you're putting a rush order in it, it'd be 5 gold.
All right, in that case, I'm going to give you 5 gold.
Okay.
That would give me 26 gold.
That does sound correct.
I'm going to write that behind my thing. I'm just correcting how much gold I've got. I've paid you 5 gold.
Okay, so I have added a trinket to your character sheet, Svetlana. It is a cage, a dog-sized cage. I'm assuming that you're not actively carrying it with you into combat.
No, we're not carrying it into combat.
Which means I'm not going to worry about it having a weight, because you're going to be hauling it, not fighting with it. So it doesn't need a weight because it's not important.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically you don't have it now, you'll have it in the evening because you're putting a rush order in and paying them an extortionate amount of gold, paying them 5 days' wages to make this thing.
Well, I want to make sure that our doge is safe.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
We probably won't stay another day.
Yeah, that's the other issue. Plus, you're adventurers. 5 gold isn't much for you, it's a lot for the average person.
Mm.
So you start that out. That'll probably burn like an hour of time, and then you head up to the cave. And I can tell you now, bluntly, it looks untouched. Doesn't seem to be any interest or interaction here. It seems this place has been abandoned.
No returning goblins.
There are no returning goblins, or at least none that stayed.
I would like to go to the hallway that like leads to the like. I hesitate to even call it a shrine. I guess that's what it was. You know what I'm talking about when I say that, right?
Yeah, the like altar location.
Yeah, altar. There we go. And I'll just cast alarm in the hallway. That should cover us for another 8 hours. Which feels like the majority of the window in which this would be relevant.
That seems completely reasonable, yeah. You cast alarm on that location. It is now alarmed. I don't remember all the details of the spell for the edge cases, but it will alert someone if they go through
ring. It can ring in. I can ask it to ring in my head.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll do. It's 8 hours. I have to be within a mile of the area. I don't know. We're probably further than a mile away. I hadn't read that, so it might just not matter. But
I'm not going to worry about that too much.
Okay.
In that, I'm going to assume that you're able to be within a mile, because I don't know how far a mile is off the top of my head in terms of actual logistic distance to the locations.
Oh wow!
But you're not like hundreds of miles away. So we're going to say
it's like 1.6 kilometers.
What the issue isn't the number of miles to a kilometer and stuff. The issue is like an intuitive knowledge of how far a mile is in terms of the locations that you're dealing with on the map.
Okay.
Between the town of Levitts to the cave is close enough that alarm will just work, because I think it's a pretty smart usage of the spell anyway, so I'm not going to give you shit for that.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm not trying to like have an alarm in another city or something.
So the alarm's set up.
So
you feel like it's pretty secured. But okay, so you are now outside the cave after having placed this alarm. Everyone is now aware of the alarm. What is your current objective?
I think with this we have concluded us making sure that this is safe.
Yeah,
so
we just hike back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take
Check
a hike
back in with Sedimir.
It's apparently less than a mile, so.
For me. Look, okay, I can't.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
I'll get. You know what? I'll break out Google Maps next time, okay? And we'll start placing stuff on a Google Map, and then we'll work it out that way. And we get those pins. You start checking in on your phone where you were. Oh yeah, I was Levitts in the middle of D&D world. Okay, so you guys are heading back. We're just going to say it rolls on to evening, because evening is a good time for you guys. Which means, no doubt, that you arrive back at the Sedimir household. Before we do this, I think it'd be a good time to take a break.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run some trivia while I go on break. We are going to hop out for a bit, and then when we get back, we're going to have this conversation with Sedimir, where hopefully nobody gets horny and or eats Sedimir.
Good luck.
No guarantees for that, sorry.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with some streaming.
Hello.
I have heard the most unhinged shit in this conversation. Like,
No.
I need you guys to understand, right? That when these guys mask off, when they're not like on stream, oh my god, it devolves into like it's 100% chaotic evil shit. I need you guys. Chat needs to understand that these are barely reined in psychopaths.
I know you are here probably more weird things.
I hear a lot of weird things. It's true, but then, normally I hear them in the context of like horrible, horrible secrets people are telling me, not just things people are casually saying as their objectives for the stream. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The party has made their way back to the Sedimir household, where they are going to, with a bit of luck, terrify the absolute fucking bollocks off Sedimir, which is a concerning thing, but nonetheless their objective. Without further ado, you arrive at the Sedimir household. It is evening. There is the sound of life happening indoors, and children asking intense questions of their returned sibling.
Yeah, I think we ought to talk to Sedimir away from his kids. So we've got the Eli being the nice reassuring person, and then the rest of us.
Oh no, I'm gonna go inside and talk to the mom.
Yeah, we'll hang outside with Sedimir and just give him a chat.
We free go and take a walk with him.
Okay.
Nice long, nothing dangerous.
Yeah. So who are we following first?
Let's do me first, because theirs is gonna be more exciting.
Okay, so presumably knock on the door.
Yeah, knock on the door. Smiles, happy, warm.
Okay, Sedimir will open, and he will, upon seeing Eli, basically just go in to give Eli the biggest hug.
I will return the hug.
He will like say into his shoulder, thank you so much. I thought my boy was dead. Please come in, all of you, come in. He will invite everyone in.
And while he's inviting us in, I'll say, actually, Sedimir, I want to invite you out. Just a little word. Just a little word. Just a tiny word.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at him and tell him like it's about your son.
Sedimir will glance at his wife, look slightly concerned. She'll nod to him, and then he'll leave with the party, the majority of the party. Whereas Eli, I believe you go inside and talk to the wife?
Yeah, since it's after bedtime, just stand in or sit in an appropriate location.
The mother seems to be struggling to get the kids to stay in bed because they keep wanting to get up to ask questions about the son. But she is endeavoring to put them in bed. Let's put these guys
I'll
up
just
slightly.
tell them. If they go pretend to go to sleep and they listen really hard, they might hear something.
If they, I love that logic. You know what? Roll me a persuasion check. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Eli lived with kids. They weren't his kids. Lived with kids.
Yeah. That's why I think this might work. It might not. It does work. You are old man. Practice persuasion. Do you skillfully get them to pretend to be asleep?
Which, as we all know, is the first step to a kid being asleep.
Yeah, they are genuinely asleep within minutes. Tahana will, now that she's actually got them away for a bit, she'll say, thank you, welcome in. And she will provide food for you of whatever was left over from dinner.
Welcome and thank you. I'll pick it, whatever. Like, I like food, but I'm here. So did you tell your husband about what happened today? Kind of hushed voices, like if the kids are awake, I want them to really try to make out like every fourth word.
Yeah. She'll take a moment and then say, I told him that he has to be careful as that we are now in a position where we can't disagree because of what you said earlier.
Right. It's unfortunate. It's not exactly how I would have chosen to work it out, but I'm going to kind of glance towards where the kids are sleeping and look at her and be like, I wouldn't go back to the way it was before, would you?
You get a expression of like acceptance, but like a resigned acknowledgement and acceptance. She understands it's not good, but it's also the other option is a dead child. So it's pretty good the way it is.
That's what I'm getting at. So as long as she gets it, sounds like we just wanted to come by and make sure that he's safe, make sure that everything is how you expected it would be. They obviously wanted to talk to your husband. But if you're okay, then we're okay.
She will nod and then say, I think that it won't be difficult to convince my husband, but it just goes against everything we've been taught, you understand. We were always taught never mess with the Fae, and I guess this is why, because every time you do, you end up with bargains and deals that may cost you a life.
Maybe, but I think your son's friendship with the Elthryn may have saved his life. So I think it's just one of those mysteries that exists. I've seen a lot. I'm sure you have too. And I know it doesn't help just here. And that's life's mysteries, but I think that's where we're at.
She'll nod.
The Fae aren't really good or bad. They're just kind of part of nature.
That is why we're told often to not deal with them, because nature is fickle and often cruel.
A healthy fear is good, right? But clearly your son has some amount of foolishness or courage or stupidity that led him down this road, but he also seems to have a gift for communicating with and interacting with that being. So it saved his life.
She's going to look pensive for a moment, staring down at the table, and then glance at you and say, Will he need an education in this, do you think? I don't want him to make a mistake and upset such a creature.
It probably wouldn't hurt if you have any druids, area, someone who's well-versed in these types of creatures, someone who would want to take him on as even just a part-time apprentice. That might be that'd be a good type of career for someone with a gift like him to take, even if he weren't in the situation he's in.
She'll consider for a moment and then say, perhaps I shall have to ask Eliza. I think she would best know.
she may have that type of person who could help him. And again, that can be a positive. You know, these are like his interactions are scary, but his abilities are a gift. And if trained, they may lead him to, you know, great joy.
You can see her kind of thinking it through and then say, there are so many stories of children blessed by the Fae. I didn't think it might happen to mine. It's not the same when it happens to you as it is in the stories.
It's never the same. Something weird happens to everyone. This happens to be the really wild thing that happened to my son.
She'll nod and then just give a heartfelt, like a genuine, heartfelt, thank you for bringing him back.
It was the least we could do. Does she have like any of those honey cakes from earlier or anything like that?
She seems to be out of those. It seems like the last one was given to the Elthryn.
Damn.
There's only leftover snacks, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm gonna ask if I can take some snacks for the rest of the gang.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some bread available and whatnot that you can bring out.
Yeah, I don't want to like eat them out of house and home or anything. Like, yeah, bread is great.
But okay, do you have any more kind of major salient points that you want to approach?
No. Thank you for everything. You're welcome for everything. Bye. You'll never hear from me again, hopefully.
Okay, so you are going to go out. I assume you finish off what's after the snack before heading out, which gives the rest of the group ample time to scare the absolute shit out of Sedimir.
Yeah.
So, as you're out, Sedimir is out and about with the pie. I assume you're just walking like a little way, like basically doing a circle of the house, essentially. And he will ask, so, why have you brought me out here?
So here's the deal. I had to sacrifice my safety in order to ensure that that boy is going to be alive and unharmed from this point forward. You want to tell him, Syrian?
I think we should... Well, you should basically try to tell us if this was really what you saw about the goblins. If not, we are basically to have a problem. Let's just start chill.
Well, he's concerned, obviously, that Solana's like, I had to sacrifice, so he's a little bit confused, but with Sarian dropping in this new statement, and obviously that kind of subtle threat, he'll immediately say, as far as I saw, everything was true. He was hit by the goblins, and he fell, and I've never seen anyone else survive a blow like that.
Okay, alright. The point is that if anything else should happen to the boy, Syrian has designs for you, and we'll know because I'll die.
Sedimir will look shocked at this statement and say, what do you mean you'll die? How?
If that boy is harmed by you in any way, I will die. I had to sacrifice my safety in order to be able to get him back. So if I die, Syrian here is going to cook you.
He is genuinely terrified by this premise as he looks at Sarian and says, I don't have any intention of harming my boy. I'd never harm my boy. I was just trying to keep him safe.
Syrian, how do you make soup?
I usually take some really fresh water, and I also cook some wood by myself. And and I start to boil everything in a really good and warm fire, because it's important to have the ingredients fresh. So while the main ingredient is looking at how good I'm preparing the soup before adding the special.
So, do you think it's important that the main ingredient actually sees the preparation?
Of course, it's very important.
Does that add to the taste at all?
I already started to, has to feel the taste in my tongue. I'm starting to feel very hungry right now.
Sedimir backs away.
Cook the whole... Do you have to cook the whole person at once? Or can you...
I swear, I don't intend to harm my boy. I don't intend to harm my boy.
But you understand, right?
I won't hurt him, I swear.
Ash, do you think he understands?
I'm not sure if he understands. I just want to say, if it comes to this, I'm going to join the soup party.
Oh, perfect. I think that is going to be enough for more fun one. I'm happy you joined.
I think you're aware of what the situation is. We don't need to say too much more, do we?
I understand, please. I just... Please.
Good. I'm glad we've all straightened that out then.
Fucking traumatize this guy.
On the plus side, he's alive.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm happy about this.
I would.
I want to kill a father.
Yeah, well, for now.
For
now, we're not killing
right.
the
For
father.
now, for now. Like, we postponed the
Yeah.
patricide.
I hope you keep the boy very safe.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I will. I swear.
Well, in that case, I feel like we've had our little chat here. Maybe we should check with Eli, make sure he's keeping... I mean, if anything was to happen to Sedimir, I'm more than sure that Eli could step in and take care of the family.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Why don't put a target on my back? I'm not here to ruin this man's home.
No, I'm just saying, like, you Eli's been more than
Kill him,
willing
take
to
his wife,
be-
all good.
Yeah. We'll make sure that this family's fine. Just kill him. And Eli gets a new wife.
Everyone's happy, right?
Eli never had a wife to begin with.
Okay, so, Eli, you eventually head out and find these three literally making this man cower in a corner as they threaten to cook him and eat him.
All right. I'm going to walk up and clap him on the shoulder a little harder than I probably should, because I obviously know what's happening here, and it's going to scare the shit out of him, but at the same time, he's going to be glad to see me.
So, yeah, he's gonna... Initially, he sees your face, and he, like, just looks in terror at, like, another one of this group of people who's gonna threaten to kill him and eat him, and he just looks up at you and waits.
I'm just going to smile and say, I'm really glad we were able to get your son back, and, I think if you let him... If you nurture the talent he has, he'll have a better life than otherwise.
You can feel him, like, shaking slightly as he nods and says, yes, I'll take care of him. I'll protect him. I promise.
Oh, I know you will. You're dad. Of course you'll protect him. I'm just saying, I think he's got a cool gift. Don't be afraid of it.
Right, okay, yes. I'll keep him safe.
And then I'm gonna like write down our contact info, like where he can send us mail or whatever. Send us letters.
So that'd be like Kabasika Donya.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna give him like our address, like our mailbox address.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, if you need any references, mail us. I'm not giving this guy an out. I'm giving him everything he needs to do a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand. Got it?
Yeah, he must do a good job.
Yeah. He'll take the note and be like, thank you. I'll get back to my wife now.
Of course.
He looks at you waiting for like permission from the rest of the group with their hungry eyes.
I'll push them away. I'll like Syrian, turn around last.
He will rapidly walk back into the house and shut the door like with a slam, but like the kind of slam that he wasn't expecting. So he kind of jumps at his own slam and has to like gently latch it afterwards.
Well, I don't think he's going to let us stay the night.
No.
That might be a bit awkward.
Should crash at Jason's place.
Well, I don't think he has a choice either. If we try to stay.
I think we should crash at Jason's. I'll get the cage, you get the dog.
I wonder if she's going to undress.
I'll sleep outside. I'm not sleeping outside. I'm the only one who's not perving on Jason. I get to sleep on the ground in there.
Wait, are you telling me I have... do I need to sleep outside today?
We have the dog still, so y'all gotta figure out what you're doing with the dog. I refuse to be involved with the dog other than supporting
we got a
you
cage,
guys.
maybe. Is it done? Will it be done?
You will have the cage done by the evening, yes.
Alright, well, that's good enough, right? We can take the dog inside.
So you head back. You put the dog in its cage. Between a lot of you, you can carry this cage. Like, it's not a huge cage,
you that
right?
Just Sarian can carry a collapsible cage.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sarian can lift this cage, haul it. It's not too big of a deal. You can probably rig it up like a backpack if you really wanted to. It's probably not the most comfortable thing for the dog. It's not happy about this arrangement, but I'm also assuming that you are covering it to reduce the stress of the dog itself.
Me.
Yes, because otherwise the dog is going to see a whole bunch of people out there, and it's going to bark at every one of them.
Oh yeah, he's going to be covered with.
We can't have you and the dog bark at people.
Yeah, that would be an issue. Also, just quite bluntly, for how you handled that, everyone that was involved in that gets inspiration if you don't already have it.
Aww.
Yay!
I'm inspired.
Because you guys were some of the most evil motherfuckers.
Oh, don't be like that.
Thank you, I'm flattered.
I think that was very
love it.
reasonable.
Every time he calls me evil, I want to argue back, but a good cop is still a cop.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? To be fair, Eli hasn't done evil actions, but he has supported the evil regime.
He 1,000% leverages the evil regime.
Exactly, right? And that's like the most insidious kind of evil.
I'm sure we will get better at this helping people thing eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one day.
Nah, I don't think so.
You've just given a father who's completely now traumatized about knights, and basically said, if this child is ever harmed, you get cooked to death.
What is strange is that at that age that he doesn't have any traumas already.
Oh, he has other traumas,
Oh,
but like,
new
I mean, he was a
ones.
war veteran. But okay, you will head presumably to the tavern where you might have to buy a room for the night.
Oh, we wanted to go to Jason's hideout.
Oh, okay, you head back to Jason's hideout then.
Wait, we are going to Jason's house?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
are we missing out on this opportunity to see Jason?
Jason!
He might not be there. He might not even allow us to be there, but we have a chance.
How much
Okay,
do rooms cost? You were about to tell us.
They cost small enough that we don't track that stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to go there. I'm going to bypass this whole Jason thing. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I
old.
will also go to the tavern and go to bed and allow Ash and Syrian to deal with the dog.
Yeah, they can deal with
Okay.
the dog and Lennox.
Man, we can try to go to Jason's house. Say no, we can go back to the...
Yeah, let's go. Let's see if he's there. If he's not there, we should
And he's
probably
going
not
to
stay.
say, yes, of course you're gonna stay here. Obviously.
Okay. So you roll up on Jason's acquired location. The door and window is shut and locked. I presume you knock,
Yeah, sure.
which produces no result. Apparently,
Is there a
Jason,
window I can look through?
as there is a window, it is currently closed.
Aw,
You'd have to try and slip the lock.
nah, I can't do that.
Exactly, because that would be a crime.
Yeah, that's the problem here. I don't do crimes.
But there is no response at Jason's place.
I have bad news, Syrian.
I'm being ghosted.
Seems we're out of luck. We might meet.
I'm going
to
cry.
That's okay. I feel you. I'm not sure if we are capable of getting the dog inside the tavern. We can try.
If
you want
you'd
to.
like to, you could try and smuggle the dog in.
But now that Jason's not here, I'm also willing to just stay outside with the dog. Back to the tree that we have claimed.
Can't believe you just say that, Jared.
Yeah. What's your take, Syrian? Do we try to smuggle it in, or do I just stay outside?
I think I'm going to stay with us.
Dog stays with us?
Yes.
Yeah, then let's try to smuggle it in. If it doesn't work, I'll just stay outside. I'm used to it.
Okay, so you can try and smuggle the thing. In that case, you would go in.
thing?
The
You
cage?
call our
The
dog the
cage?
thing?
I was talking about the cage.
Okay.
Because you presumably want it in the cage, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are we rolling
Okay.
stealth?
Well, okay. I'm going to lay it out to you. Tavern is fundamentally a single floor location because building up on a second story is kind of expensive.
Do we have to roll something?
I was going to roll into that. I was going to explain this. I was going to lay the land.
I'm
Right.
so sorry. I'm so sorry, Dungeon Master. I apologize.
So, first you would have to go in and pay for your rooms. Then you would have to try and sneak the object of interest into your room. You could either go through the front door, right, and try and just be like, oh, it's a very big box. Or you could try and smuggle it in through a window, but that window is pretty small, so you'd probably have to move the dog, collapse the cage, rebuild the cage inside the room. So you kind of have the choice of, are you collapsing the thing, or are you just going to try and bring it in through the front?
I would suggest that Syrian goes to talk to the barkeep, pays for our rooms, and I smuggle the dog in while he's distracted.
Yeah, that is going to be the best.
Use your half-elf charms.
I would like a deception roll from Sarian as to distract the barkeep, and if that succeeds, Ash, you get advantage on your stealth check.
I am going to use inspiration, okay?
Okay, so you roll with advantage.
Well done.
Nice roll.
I love that Sarian is charismatic, which makes her
It
good
is-
at intimidating people.
Yeah, it is quite good.
Yes.
With a 19, you are incredibly successful at distracting this barkeep. Presumably, you use your elven wiles to aggressively distract this barkeep with,
The
you know, that
barkeep's
certain...
favorite show is She-Hulk. be kidding.
Exactly, right? Like you're probably like going like, hey, check this out. I can crush this. Like, you see this fruit? I can crush it with my bicep. Like, check it out. Crunch. See? Very powerful.
Yeah, and
It's like, God, I wish that was my jaw.
The person that is attending there is going to be like, whoa, I really like muscular woman. Woo, woo, woo.
Exactly.
Okay, Ash, roll me.
His eyes out like
There
a
is
grapefruit.
there is not much to do because it's already done because he loves me already.
Ash, please roll me a stealth check to get this large crated dog past this guy without him noticing.
Okay, and I roll with advantage now.
You do roll with advantage.
Safe.
Are you guys fucking kidding me? Okay, yeah, you managed to sneak this large crate in through the entirety of the tavern room without this guy managing to alert from either the weird object that you're pulling in or the like occasional yips that are coming from the from the crate, and smuggle this behind him and into the back area and into one of the spare rooms. Masterfully done.
Mission successful.
I
well
hate
done.
you guys.
Thank you. I was kind of ready to fail there.
You get into your sleepy places and sleep. Big sleep.
I'll meditate.
What's our moon
Yes.
status? Is it a big
So
moon?
the moon is not a big moon. It's a waning moon.
Ain't
No
no
big
big
moon.
moon.
It's like a 80% moon.
It's like a husky moon.
Yeah, it's a husky moon.
It hasn't been that long since the last big moon. We arrived at a big moon here.
Exactly. It's about a month
It's like
between
a
moons.
half cheese moon.
No, it's not. It's thick, but it's not like damn kind of thick. It's like just thick.
It's not elf thick.
It's like almost closed eye moon.
It's like
Closed
thick
eye
spelled
moon?
with a CK instead of 2 C.
Yeah, it's thick spelled with a CK rather than 2 C's. That's where we're at.
See?
Okay.
A sea moon?
A sea. No, it's not a sea moon. It's not underwater.
No, a sea. Sea.
Sorry. I just saw what Christus said. Sarian
Yeah,
topples
I know,
an entire
I read it.
cabinet over and
I
bends
read
over
it
and
too.
pulls it.
Yeah. A sea.
Fucking amazing. Yeah, no, I know.
Like,
You're like a crescent moon. I
wait.
understand. It's
Wait! It's a smiling moon!
no,
A
it's
smiley moon.
it's like 80% moon, right? Like it's 80%.
It's like a
It's
dark smile moon!
Like a pregnant moon.
it's a pregnant moon.
moon. It's
But not
like
an M-preg
a
moon.
little moon. Oh my god.
Preg moon.
What the fuck has this game done to me? Why are we talking about M-Frag moons? Why would I think that? What is
Pregnant
this?
moon that
wrong
is
with all of
smiling
us?
because it's happy to be pregnant.
Oh god. Too many mentally ill people together. One place.
Oh no!
Dungeon Master, are you okay?
No, I'm dead.
You are not okay?
I'm dead. Official name is now M-Preg Moon,
When
according to
you're
the widget.
stunned, what do you expect from yourself?
You know, I need you guys to understand something. Every single thumbnail I have done so far for the things has been based on that dog, because it's always been the dumbest thing that's happened in the session. And now the thumbnail for this episode of the
It's
thing,
going to be Eclipse.
it's gonna be Sarian and Ash sneaking the dog past the barkeep if I can pull it off.
And me doing topless. Perfect.
And you topless? What?
I mean, what?
I didn't hear I take my top off as part of the deception, but that would
No,
have been
no,
a good
I mean-
distraction.
I'm gonna have to draw this.
The phrase was
Well, I'm not going to
topples.
talk about my tricks, okay? But everything is going well.
Oh, all right. Topple. Topple is like
Yeah.
to knock something down.
Yeah, to topple something, you knock it over.
Yeah, it's not like he didn't spell topless right. Topples is a verb.
Topless.
It's amazing. That's so awesome.
Topless
I
soul,
love
yeah.
it. I love this shit. I love it when this happens.
Good. Okay. You guys go the fuck to sleep.
All right, we're going to sleep.
Apart from the one who doesn't sleep, which meditates.
Thank you.
You wake up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, and I don't know. Like, what are you doing? You wake up. You know what?
We take breakfast.
You take breakfast? Of course you take breakfast. Do you leave the dog in the room?
We sneak the dog back out, right?
Good question.
I would sneak the dog back out, because if somebody finds that dog in the room, he's caged up, he can't really get away.
This time we can probably just sneak it out of the window.
Yeah, it's probably a lot easier to get out than in.
Okay, so you are gonna throw the dog out the window, which I won't make you roll a stealth check for that, because this is much easier than getting it in. You get the dog out the window, you will take breakfast after collecting the dog and caging it outside somewhere. While you're taking breakfast, Jason will come in and take breakfast with you with a polite nod, as he's now in his armor, which is once again cleaned to a immaculate fashion.
What's he doing with that armor?
Yeah, it's so weird.
How's he doing that?
Jason.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hi, Jason. Good morning.
Hey, babe, how are you?
What? What?
You need to impress him more with your muscles.
I can be topless again.
Stop trying to seduce the dog.
The dog? Do you call Jason a dog?
No.
Oh my god, this is great.
I thought you were talking to the dog. I thought you were talking to the dog.
Oh, she only has eyes for Jason already.
I'm
He entered the room.
confused. I've lost the thread. I thought you were gonna get topless for the dog.
No. The dog doesn't care about my titties.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair and reasonable. But nothing else that you have done with this dog has been fair and reasonable. So I hope you understand why I am struggling with this.
But that is so violent for the dog.
But you know what? So don't worry about the dog. The dog's somewhere. The dog's out of my mind now, okay? No need to think about the dog. Jason has nodded you good morning and is otherwise focusing on food. You do note that he chooses to sit away from you guys.
No!
You were the guys talking about eating human and elf meat.
But I just say good morning to him.
I don't think he wants to be associated with you.
But why? The
Why?
conversation was in private. It's not like I was with a microphone.
Yeah, but who knows what you're going to say in public?
I am going to eat humans.
I am still a bit embarrassed about what I said last time, so I'm just going to try not to be seen by Jason. Well, it's very obvious that he can see me, but you do the thing where you hide behind your body beer.
I've been awake for longer than everyone else because I'm old, so.
Can I go to see Jason?
Damn, she's gonna put the moves on two different guys in the same bar.
Can
Like 12 hours.
Can I try to talk to Jason?
I mean, the Syrian flirty voice.
What is your methodology for trying to talk to Jason?
I don't know. Let's talk about breakfast.
So you're just gonna roll off and be like, I don't know, let's talk about breakfast. Is that accurate?
No, I'm going to be like, oh, this, the food in the tower very good.
No, I've had better.
Oh, like what the favorite thing you like for breakfast?
Why are you using that voice?
Because I'm shy.
Okay, he's gonna look at you, stare for a moment, and then look back at his food and go, eggs.
I also like eggs too. How do you like the eggs for breakfast? Like fried eggs? Boiled eggs?
This poor guy. I like them cooked.
I like them cooked too. Oh my god, we have so much in common. Can I sit with you here and have breakfast? It's fine if you want to have breakfast in like quiet with me, but can we have breakfast together?
No.
Why? Why?
You can see he's slowly, getting to the point where he's about to kill someone. Anyone at the bar can see this.
But I think you're very handsome and I just want to have breakfast. Just you and we can chat.
I like to enjoy breakfast alone. Thank you very much.
Okay, then, would you like to do something after that?
Yes, I'd love to do something after that. but more specifically, I'd like to head home.
Oh, can we go to your home together? Just walking, like just walking together a little bit.
He's going to just stare at Syrian.
Sometimes, it's
We live in the
cold
same
outside.
place.
But I just just want to spend some time with you.
Please, just let me eat my breakfast.
Okay, I'm leaving. I hope you enjoy your breakfast. I'm sorry for bothering you. I just go to the table where my friends are and just sit quiet and cry.
I'm going to just hug onto Syrian's arm a little bit and go, I think he invited you home.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I'm not the best at these sorts of things, but that seems quite good to me.
I think he really hates me.
No. I think that's just how he talks.
I think he probably thinks I'm touring and I'm ugly.
Oh my gosh, no. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful.
And my fangs are too big and intimidating.
No, your fangs are lovely. Honestly, they are some of the nicest fangs I've ever seen. Seriously. He wouldn't even know. You can do way better than that.
I think no one is going to like me.
No, you are so lovely. You've already got the barman falling head over heels for you. Oh my gosh, people love you.
The barman does seem slightly grumpy that she's just casually been hitting on Jason right in front of him after the reckless display last night. Not like hugely grumpy, but like a little bit, just a little bit, right?
Gonna encourage Syrian as well. And tell her that, sometimes you meet a guy like that, you need to play it cool, take it slowly. It needs a little bit of time,
Oh, yeah.
Be around, be, available, but not too aggressive. He'll turn around, he will see the value in the beautiful half-elf, half-orc lady that you are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he'll be madly in love with you by the end.
Thank you guys for being nice with me.
All right, babe.
So, you consume your breakfasts. You retrieve the dog, and you find Jason waiting outside to start making the journey back to Kabaskadonia. Levitz having been left with no more cursed goblins and a child saved. The journey back home is uneventful and takes a few days, but is otherwise unstressful and unconcerning. And you, without much fanfare, find yourself at the gates of the walled city of Kabasika.
Gotta get that dog trained, so it's not harming anybody anymore.
The dog is dangerous. In fact, that's part of the reason why we paused here. You do have the very angry dog in a cage, which you've been walking with for the last few days.
You know what's the problem?
What's the problem?
That people is too pussy. And they cannot
Children
handle
exist.
a dog bite. Not like me.
Yeah, you are wearing scale armor, though.
Pussies.
I mean, you could use your income to provide everybody with a scale armor.
Yeah, that's an option. Buy everyone scale armor.
Please don't do that. I won't use it.
Okay, me neither. I mean, every innocent folk that we encounter.
You know another person that can handle a dog bite? Jason. Jason can.
No, I'm sure Jason can.
I'm sure that he can handle some real good bites.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you are outside of Kabaska. Kabaskadonia is resident within the walls of Kabaska. Notably, Donya meaning lower. Meaning that unlike many castles, it's actually held at technically a lower altitude than the vast majority of the town, but it's in like a little recessed defensive area. And to be fair, it's not like a full castle. It's more like a defensive location that they've been permitted as a free company to use. Now, you have this dog. This dog will be a problem if you don't manage it in some way. Jason is quite happy to leave you at the gates as he has things to do and people to report to. By comparison, you guys are kind of on your own as to what you can do next. You know that Kabaskadonia has basic residences available for you, but aside from that, this dog does need to be managed in some way. If you walk around town with him on your back in a cage, you might run into issues. If you run around with them on a leash, you will run into issues. What is your management process?
Well, there should be somewhere we'll be able to keep him. Like, there should be somewhere that's going to be good for animals. And there definitely should be a trainer around here, shouldn't there?
There are definitely trainers that exist in town.
How about we employ a trainer?
That's definitely an available option. But you would have to find one, which you would have to go into town for. This is why it's a kind of catch-22 issue right now.
Well, I could...
There's 2 of them and 1 dog, so I mean...
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that you can't walk into... This might be an issue if you just walk into town, but you're going to have to work on it.
I could wait outside the town with the dog until somebody finds a trainer that we can bring the dog to.
That works. Okay, so the rest of you can head into town and pursue what you want to. You know that you're probably going to be summoned by the commander for a debrief in the next day or 2, but you don't really need to worry about that too much right now.
All right. That's probably when we'll get paid also, right?
Most likely, yes.
I have some money. Not poor. Maybe I am.
Consider that 1 gold piece is about a day's wages for the average person.
All right, I'm pretty doing okay. I would like to seek out a library or an older, more experienced wizard who is part of the company. Essentially, my goal is to find spells to copy.
Okay, this being a thing that wizards do, there are probably locations of this kind of thing that happens. I imagine that there's probably a arcane school.
There's got to be a library.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a library. Most libraries are going to be like that are going to contain like the high power spells. They're kind of like military equipment almost.
Sure.
I imagine you're not looking for like 5th level and up spells. You're looking for like
I can't cast them.
Yeah, okay. So if you're not looking for 5th level and up spells, you're looking for the kind of information that you'd probably find in an arcane school. And since this is a common habit of wizards to write down other spells, you can certainly find an arcane school that would allow you to search through and try and find most, or a good number of level 1 and 2 spells if you were to spend a bit of money. I think it's about 25 gold per spell
It's
level.
written out somewhere. I'll find it, exactly the rules, before I make any decisions. There will be spells copied. Because there's also a time component, so I know how much time I have.
But okay, you're going to start working on that.
Yeah.
I don't know that's going to be relevant right now, and as such, I'm more than content for you to just look up the rules while we work out what other people are doing.
Cool, thank you.
All right, I want to ask Sarian to accompany me into the city to look for a potential dog trainer. However, before we do that, I want to seek out the next filthiest alley and roll myself in the mud.
Okay, you find a filthy alley and roll yourself in the mud, which no doubt contains all manner of waste and whatnot.
Right, now we're ready to go.
Okay.
As I don't know if you realize, but you fall into mud. Are you okay?
Oh, did I? Oh, I'm so clumsy sometimes. Don't worry about it. Can go into town now.
Do you want to get clean?
Oh, no, this is fine.
Okay, let's go.
Incredible. Okay, Sarian, what are you doing?
So we're trying to find someone that can train the doggy, and I would like to be able, so to learn how to manage this beast. So, and we have no idea how that place should be, right? What if we, I don't know, ask someone?
There's a couple ways to go about it. You could use an investigation roll to perform an investigation. You could potentially use a social roll to try and persuade basically strangers to give you help. You could also potentially invent some other role or context for working that out.
You say investigation?
Investigation roll would be the basic way to do it. That's literally, you just spend time asking people.
Okay. Yeah.
You get an answer. The most famous or the most common thing, like when you ask about animal training, you get directed to a Lady Dusker.
Lady Dusker.
She is a lady known for training war animals, specifically. In fact, more specifically, for training dire wolves.
What's that?
Those are very, very big wolves.
Ah.
Like the biggest wolves.
Okay.
You get a name and a location, but that's the entirety of the information you have.
So yeah, let's go there.
Yep, let's go there.
Let's
Okay.
ask her.
For reference, a direwolf, as you know, is about the size of a horse.
So cute.
Yes, very cute.
I can hug.
You could try to hug. But okay, so you go to this location and it is near the outskirts, but in the middle of kind of highway area, there is a palisade. A palisade is a wooden fortress wall, by the way. The palisade walls are 20 foot tall.
How's the state of the interior behind the palisade?
You'd have to go up and essentially knock on the door or gate, unless you want to try and scale some locations elsewhere to see in.
Let's knock at the door.
Tuk, tuk, tuk.
You knock at the gate, and a little hatch slides out, and a knobbly, kind of snotty-looking guy who's missing an eye will go, "Yeah, what do you want?"
We're looking for a Lady Deska.
I mean, this is where she trains her animals. What do you want her for?
Exactly that.
The guy will glance at the both of you, and then say, "You got a direwolf then?"
We got a goblin-trained dog that needs some re-education.
This guy's gonna look at you like you're an idiot, clearly dismissive and kind of upset at this. He'll take a moment and then say, "How much are you willing to pay?"
Well, Seren?
It seems to me that if you don't have a price, it's a little bit unprofessional.
Seems to me that if you're asking a direwolf trainer to train a dog, you're a bit unprofessional.
No, I think she's overqualified, which is something good. We are going to ask to the best.
How much money do you have?
I have. How much money do I have?
Don't tell the exact number.
I know.
I know, he's still talking to you through this hatch, by the way.
I have 7 gold.
Won't be enough.
Not enough. Slaps the thing shut.
Well, I'm not good at this.
I mean, he has now shut the gate, the thing, and walked away.
We could annoy him. That's what I usually do with
I
people.
should have done something. I think I played this very well. I still know topless I am. Next time.
I don't think he saw us, or much of us.
I mean, the hatch wouldn't have provided a great viewpoint of the two of you.
Might have smelled more of me than he saw me.
Yeah, like, I do want to point out that one of you did come here covered in filth.
Yeah, I didn't expect this kind of,
I didn't
place.
expect to talk to like people who have a hygiene standard when we went into the bigger city than the farming hamlet we were in before. Roasted.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay, Saren, we tried nothing and we are all out of ears. I want this dog to
I
die.
don't know what to do now.
Yeah, I mean, we can look for another dog trainer. But Lady Deska is a sick name.
I have a suggestion. Perhaps you could ask someone that we work with. They have connections. You fail your role, so you go to the guy who's like actually at our job and you're like, "Hey, we have dogs who," right?
The other option would be to get money. That seems to have been one of the key components of this.
I mean, I actually have 37, but I lied.
Yeah, I was going to. I didn't want to say it in front of him. But I was going to say, how much are you willing to pay?
Just because I understand you're new to D&D and you probably need a context of values, important skills like this might end up costing in the realms of hundreds of gold. Not necessarily hundreds of gold, but, somewhere between 50 and 750 gold would be a completely reasonable thing to ask for this skill set.
The spell that I'm about to copy, that I'm gonna pick, it's gonna cost me 2 hours and 50 gold. If that's a good reference point for you guys, that's the cheapest spell I can get, other than abjuration is half of that.
We might be able maybe to negotiate something here and pay some upfront and then the rest when the training is underway or something. How does that sound?
I think we should try to find someone that
I wonder if
No, it's going
Inspector
to
Jason
cost
would know
less.
someone.
Yeah, but the question is, would Inspector Jason spend any time with Sarian at all?
We can also try to talk to Jason. Like an excuse to talk to Jason.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Well, it's up to you guys.
Hear me
Take
out.
action.
What if the person who trains the dogs is also a daddy?
Yeah, but I can use this as an excuse to ask Jason if he knows someone to train the dog. So I have the chance to talk with Jason.
Alright, then let's go to the company and see if we can find Jason. If we don't find Jason, let's go look for somebody else.
Okay, so you're going to go talk to Jason, correct? Yeah. Okay. So, you will head into the actual fortification of Cabascadonia, and I presume ask after Jason. Yeah. Fucking hell, Summer. What was that for? Summer's just like, I want attention too. Is that it? Are you after attention, Summer?
Hello again.
Okay, good.
It's alright, I was typing something.
Oh, it's fine. No, I can listen. Is this something you want to harass me for? Do you want attention? I'm fine. You want to do something?
No.
You just wanted to make a really loud noise in the middle of the thing. Okay, cool. Understood. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. I love it when my players are just like, hey, I know you're doing this, like, lots of thinking. Amazing.
Brain straight up blown
It's bad
out.
enough that I get it from the viewers. My own players. What a betrayal. Minus inspiration, Summon. No. Okay, so you guys are going to head to Cabascadonia. As you go through there, go through security, get authorized in. You'll ask after Instructor Jason.
Jason.
And as you do, you find that Instructor Jason has deliberately found himself incredibly busy. For some reason, he's just super, super busy. Everyone you talk to is like, it's Sarian asking for Jason. He says he's really busy. He's really busy. He can't tell you what with. It's very busy. Very busy.
But he's unusually busy. This is surprising. It must be
Jason.
super important.
Jason is busy.
Yeah, but we gotta ask somebody else. Well, we are already asking, but we are asking specifically for some kind of dog master, some beast master type of guy who has experience in training a dog like that.
Okay, I could ask him if I can help him, but I don't want to be annoying because he already hates me.
I don't think he hates you. But yeah, it's probably better to not annoy him. I agree with that.
What shall we do now?
Well, you could ask around other people at Cabascadonia. That would be another investigation roll. Or you could not and wait for money for being paid for your job and hope that's enough. But then you'd have to find something to do with the dog for the next 2 days.
Let me try to roll. Yeah.
Or you could ask for an advance on the payment.
No, I'll find somebody. I'm good at this.
Roll investigation.
See?
Wasn't expecting that.
Me neither. But this is just
Okay.
a normal day in elf life, actually.
So you are able to inquire and put through, and you manage to find that within the entirety of the Cabascadonia, one of the new incoming knights, the ones who've literally just returned from their first mission objective, like they're basically in the same situation as you, actually has some experience training dogs. They're willing to help you train them in their spare time for no additional fee, but they're not the best trainer out there, even by their own admission.
And even then, we would need to take care of the dog while he is out. So that means we are taking the dog on missions.
Potentially,
So we can't make sure.
potentially yes.
Okay, I think the other option is better. We just need money.
Like, this option is free, but
Yeah.
paid option is better for certain.
So, Sarian, how much money are you willing to pay?
Do I have to decide?
I mean, I don't have any meaningful saying in this whole dog thing. I'm just here because
Yeah, Ash is just trying to help you out, Sarian.
Yeah,
You're the one that has to make
Okay.
decisions here.
I just care.
Okay, but I think I'm not going to be able to make that much money. So I think it's better if we go for the free option.
Reasonable for the moment. Reasonable.
How much money do we need?
They haven't
You know.
managed to find out a specific price because they
Yeah.
said 7 gold initially, so they shut the door in their face.
Gotcha.
They also called them unprofessional for not
Yeah.
having a price.
I feel like you could get on a payment plan with someone.
Certainly it's an option. Taking out loans. You can do it.
I think I should ask Jason to be my sugar daddy.
This, yeah. I mean,
I love that.
I think
floaty
you'd have a
voice.
lot better luck with the bartender from Levis.
That's true.
He's the one who wanted you to pop his eyes out with your thighs.
Shad Eyes does give a good point of you could always just do this until you get paid.
yeah. This could be just a couple day thing, and then we don't know how much money we get. So
Okay, so Sarah, what are you doing?
Free option.
3 options.
Yeah.
What is the third option?
I think she said free.
Free.
Oh, free. Oh, as in no money.
Gratis.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, it's free as opposed to 3. You would be able to arrange for basic care for the dog at the at Cabascadonia.
I can use the money I have to try to do something to take care of the dog.
If you spent like say 20 gold, you could arrange for you could arrange for it to be kenneled, basically, because they would have some animal care facilities at Cabascadonia, and you could, if you spend up 20 gold, you could probably arrange for it to be kenneled.
I like the idea. I have that money.
So expend 20 gold. Cabascadonia has some basic kennels. They're not great, but they will keep the dog safe and somewhere where it isn't going to attack stuff, which I guess means that Lanix finally has permitted an actual token that I'll have to draw up. Training is a two-way street, though, so you will have to be available for training your skills to work with your dog as well. That's the other thing, right?
Yes.
So you will be expending your time as well when training is occurring. And that's going to be something that's going to just happen in the background for now, as long as it takes.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the dog kind of managed for now, we will wind time on a little bit as a few days pass. And in Cabascadonia, you finally get the summons that is calling you to attend a ceremony in the courtyard at midday on the next day. I presume you all go into attendance?
Ooh. Yeah, I'll look good.
I clean myself.
Break out that turtle wax for my dome.
Yeah, polish my armor a bit.
Okay. So you guys do what you can to look the best that you can. Cleaning up, handling yourself, doing what you need to as you need to.
The past.
The past. No, this is current time, right here, right now for you. This is where it is. Here we're going.
It's the past.
It's the current.
Oh, backstory time?
I bet we've been isekai'd to a different world altogether.
Oh no!
You've been isekai'd from your current isekai to the next isekai. It's just isekais all the way down.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's isekaiception. This is a really highbrow media.
Exactly. Okay, so as you arrive in your cleanest outfits, you are directed to the courtyard where there is a gathering of a multitude of knights. Most of them not quite new hires, but people that you know have been in training and were sent out on recent events such as you. And everyone is instructed to gather up in formation as the commander has a thing or two to say. You do notice as you look around, though, that a lot of the people you've been training with aren't here. You think that at least 2/3 of the people that went out, as far as you understood, either haven't come back or haven't done a good enough job and have been ejected, as it were, from the company. They didn't make the cut.
They're all dead.
Must have been humans.
Commander Bjornak will speak, saying, "Good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you all here. If you're here, then that means, ladies and gentlemen, that you have in fact been accepted as a formal knight into Verit Company. I am pleased to let everyone know that everyone here is a skilled combatant that most assuredly will be able to reach great heights if they put their mind to it. Sadly, not everyone can make the cut, and we did have some losses. Hopefully none of those are amongst your friends, but this is who we have here now."
Oh, wow.
High praise.
Free companies tend to be a bit more mercenary about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit less ceremony and pomp,
I'd expect more people coming in later.
quite possibly. There is a murmur of excitement, celebration as Serian roars up with a "we did it." He will then ask each person in turn up to the front. And as he does so, he will hand them a bronze and blue ring. In fact, one that looks like the one surrounding each of your tokens.
Ooh.
Because that's the exact ring that it is, because I had this plan. It's a little thing. Anyway,
Ooh.
you realize, you know that this is the identifier of a knight. Specifically a knight of this company. And now you know that you are officially a knight. That means that you have the legal right to buy weapons, you have the legal right to engage in altercations, but also the duties, which require that you may be called up at any point to fight in wars, or engage in actions on behalf of the king. However, it guarantees you somewhere to stay, good healthcare, and a certain amount of deference when it comes to the law being enforced upon you. Each of you are handed this ring with your given name inscribed around it, and also a fat bag of gold. Each of you gains 200 gold.
That's a lot of gold.
From Commander Bjornik for your services, who will then declare, upon eventually managing to hand out to all the people here, will then declare, very well, dismissed. Be about your duties.
I think my duty is to get drunk right now.
Yeah, probably.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna join you in that duty.
Let's go!
Okay, so the party heads out and gets absolutely shit-faced. As is very common, it seems that everyone is proceeding to the nearest tavern as a collective group.
Yeah, it seems like that would be.
It
Yeah.
seems like Jason is going to be there.
30 plus people invade the tavern. Jason initially follows, but, then decides he's very busy upon seeing Sarian. Finds another tavern to drink at. Deliberately selects the one that, people have peeled off to not go to that. Because, taverns, they don't have unlimited capacity. So he's going to be like, yeah, let's go to the one which isn't that. I would note, not everyone got paid the same amount of gold.
Dungeon Master, do you hate orcs?
I don't hate orcs.
Do you hate elves?
I'm just saying, Jason might have an issue with making out with someone who he believes has eaten sentient people.
I didn't eat anyone.
He doesn't know that.
He succumbed to drink with me and I'm going to
Look,
die.
he's your boss, okay? It's the only reason.
Yeah, stop trying to
He's
sleep with your
deeply
boss.
in love with you, but he can't be with you because
Gaming, that is even hotter.
I know it's hot because it's a forbidden love, Sarian. But you have to you have to let it go.
Isn't this sexual harassment? Oh, no.
No, because
It's
he's
only
a
harassment.
It's only
It's the boss.
harassment if he hears it.
It's only harassment if it's coming from the boss to the employee.
Yeah!
No, that's not true.
No, that's
I don't think that's true.
It's not true. Sexual harassment can come from anywhere. You absolute fucking monsters. Instructor Jason's gonna spend his entire time running away from women.
It's okay, we are the main character. We have plot armor physically and mentally, right?
That's just a challenge.
Nothing is going to happen to us, right?
Nothing bad's gonna happen to you.
I cannot be cancelled at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely not gonna get cancelled. But I was gonna say, I feel like this is probably this feels like a fairly good time to wrap up.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
How you guys feel about session? You have a good time?
I want to say
Yes.
that
Yes.
I'm actually getting swept up in the moment here and drink alcohol for the first time.
Oh my goodness,
Oh my
Ash!
God.
Ash drinks alcohol, gets swept up in the moment, has beer.
Big moment.
I will regret this later, probably, but
You will absolutely regret this later.
Okay, you're an adult now.
yeah. I mean, no, but yeah.
Get that child wasted.
You're an adult in the eyes of this old man.
Everyone tries alcohol before being an adult. Don't worry,
Good
but
thing that we don't have any awkward situations here. While
I
I'm
think the
drunk.
first time I drank alcohol was when a friend's mother gave me vodka when I was like 11.
I was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's,
sounds about right.
My parents use whiskey to stop me from teething.
yeah, that's quality parenting right there. But okay, so important things. You're going to get to level 3. Either because of all your experiences so far or because of the training that you're undergoing in the downtime. You'll also have had a good few weeks to go through some downtime. Decide what that is. I know you mostly have decided what it is, but we'll roleplay through that at the start of next session. And then we'll move on with the next act of the story, which is I'm excited for because I've worked on some custom monsters.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know that's going to be good. Yeah, you should actually be like actually concerned.
I only died almost twice. It's fine.
I'm also, I want to say, I'm really impressed at the fact we didn't run any combat this session, yet you guys seem totally into it and engaged the entire time. I really appreciate that.
Got it.
I'm very happy that we got some resolve for that story.
Dungeon Master, I have a question. Is Daddy Jason going to be one of the monsters?
Yeah.
What the fuck have I done?
Dungeon Master, please, can you answer to me?
I'm not going to spoil the game.
Okay.
You'll just have to find out whether Daddy Jason is going to turn out to be a monster or not. Next session, which will hopefully be in 2 weeks, all else being equal. All of my assets used in stream and summaries of the sessions will be in Discord, because I know some of you guys like to keep up that way. It's all going to be good. I think that's everything, which means, do you guys want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Love you all.
Goodbye, everyone. Have fun with Dupu. Spam some eggs.